Hello everyone, this is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. I hope you all are doing well today. So we're gonna start transplanting some stuff. So we're gonna do it the old way, which is this, where I have to transplant all of these little seedlings into cups. And then we're gonna do a seed snail roll where we don't have to transplant it all and we leave it in this little roll the entire time until we take it out to the yard. So I have some tomatoes and I have some peppers here, bell peppers. I overwintered my peppers, but I also plant extra. You know, you gotta have some new ones. You gotta have some backups. So I always plant extra. I suggest you do too. There's the ones out in the yard, the ones out in the greenhouse are doing well. They're doing well for being older plants. They're starting to show their age, but these are the new babies, fresh. So let's get to it. Let's go ahead and do a snail roll. Can't talk tonight. And let's plant the old-fashioned way. Let's go. So I told you guys last time about the snail roll. We're gonna do it the new way, right? Got my little plastic out. And we're gonna do some the old-fashioned way. This is how I planted them before I found out about the seed snail roll. I think both methods are good. This is how I used to do it, but when you do it like this, where you dump all of the seeds or all of your seeds of that type into a little pot, you have to upplant them after a while. They become root bound. With this snail roll, you leave them in this joker until you put them out in the yard. So let's go ahead and get to it. We're going to do a little of the old, or a lot of the old, and a little of the new. Let's go. All right. So I talked to you all about the snail roll last time. I'm going to do it a different way because I noticed that the cardboard on the other ones that I planted, it got a little moldy, and I do not like that. I don't like breathing that stuff in. So I'm not going to use cardboard on this one. Hopefully this is better. I watched a couple of other videos of seed snail rolls, and some ladies did not put cardboard in there. I thought that the cardboard was good because the lady that I watched just laid the cardboard out and she was able to plant directly in the soil without disrupting the root structure. But you know what? I don't like mold. So we have our roll here. This is the old way that we have to transplant some tomatoes and some peppers, but we are going to plant some cushaw and some butternut squash. I had 2 cushaw show up and only 1 butternut squash germinated. So I need to plant some more. So we're gonna go ahead and do that on the seed snail roll. Let's go. So I got my dirt here. Let me go and get my seeds and I'll be right back. All right, now I'm ready. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna up pot our stuff and then we'll go on to the seed snail roll. All this is a piece of plastic, one of them chip feeder plastic. I have a bunch of feed bags and I'm not spending money on plastic. Use whatever you have. We are going to, I guess you wanna see the new stuff for first, huh? Get it together, girl. So, snail roll. Let me move this out of your way. Seed snail roll is a concept that started about 9 years ago. But you know what? I just found out about it. So all you need is some soil, plastic, and something to tie this joke up, and of course your seeds. So I had 2 cushaw show up and only 1 butternut squash. So I pulled some more seeds out, and I have my soil right here. I'm praying that this joker does not fall down. And normally people would wet it. I'm gonna wet it after. And I'm taking the soil, right? And I'm gonna put it on my seed snail roll. All is well. Don't worry. I got it together. I got this. That's what I tell myself all the time. It always works out as I make a mess on the floor. That's why I didn't wet it, because I could sweep this up. I don't have to mop the floor again, hopefully. I'm just piling this stuff on. Now, I did see a lady who took the actual seedling and placed it into the seed snail roll so that she wouldn't have to go through the potting thing. Kind of made a lot of sense. I'm thinking about doing that, but I don't know. My plants look nice and healthy. Look at them. I'm afraid. very afraid to do it differently because peppers and tomatoes, they take a while to come up, especially peppers. Especially peppers. What I might do is take half of my tomatoes, because these are cherry tomatoes, and I have a whole bunch of them. I might do half in pots, because I don't have a lot of room in here. Run-on sentences, I'm so sorry. I don't have a lot of room. I may take half of these, like the little itty bitty ones in the center, and put them in the seed snail rolls, and take the big ones and put them in the pots. Matter of fact, I think that's what I'll do. Change of plans. We're going to get this thing together. Get all your big old logs out. Right? I always have to deal with this soil, and I've learned to adjust to it because the soil, I tried to change it out and get a different one, and it was that disaster. I got some terrible soil that was nothing but a bunch of mulch. It was not soil. It was mulch, and mulch robs the plants of nitrogen. You don't want that. You want something to look like this, something that's broken down. These companies, they don't care sometimes. They don't care about it. All I really say is that they don't really care about us. That's all I want to say. All right. So I'm getting enough soil on here to get this seed snail roll done. We'll do this in a minute with another roll, but I'm going to get these small ones out of this pot, and then we'll put half in the snail roll and half in the pot. Peppers, they're going in the pot though. Peppers are definitely going in the pot. I can't play around with those at all. At all. So, I'm doing my little mound thing, right? Getting my soil on this thing. All right. And now I need to wet it. Need to make sure there's enough soil. Some of this soil is going to fall out because I didn't wet it yet, but it'll stick together once I wet it. I promise. It's a space saver. I don't know if it's going to save money, but it definitely saved me some space, and that's what I need. I only have those 2 stands up here. I have a couple other stands that I haven't put together yet. Being truthful, I haven't put them together yet. So I might be forced to put them together tonight, though. I might not have a choice. I'm running out of room. The temperature outside is changing, so eventually I can start putting stuff in the ground or taking more stuff outside. Thing is, a lot of that stuff is trees, like not pomegranate. I keep on calling it pomegranate. Papaya. I grew some papayas. You know, I know I can't put papaya in the ground. It won't survive a winter here. That has to stay in a container. And I'm getting to the point where I'm getting really irritated with stuff that they say we can grow it in our zone, but we're really pushing the limits. And we have to, I've seen other people do it too, struggle to keep plants alive because you have to take them in and out of the greenhouse every year. Or if they're in the ground like I did, once they get big, they're good. But if they're little, you gotta take them in and out of the greenhouse, or you have to cover them up every year, or they just suffer. I don't like to see anything suffer. All right, so I got my water here. I don't know how this is gonna work out for me because this is the wrong way to do it. But the soil seems to be accepting the water, which is a wonderful thing. Beautiful thing, I tell you. Anybody watching me who does this stuff be like, why you do it that way, girl? It's the wrong way to do it. You're making things harder on yourself. You know what they say, a lazy man will work himself to death. I don't want to make mud on my floor. So I'm doing it another way. Backwards. Only backwards to you though. It's not backwards to me. In my mind, this is in my mind, this is going forward. Just making sure I got enough water in here. Okay, I don't want a big old mud puddle like I did last time I did a seed snail. Just crunch it so it can suck up the water. And if I have to, I'll put some more soil here, like that mud puddle right there. That one right there. Put some more soil here to absorb that like a sponge. Okay. So we got all of this done, right? Nice and tidy. Like making a meatloaf, right? Okay, we don't want it too thick. Okay, so we have our tomato, our bulk plant tomato here, right? These are all cherry tomatoes. And look at that. Ain't that beautiful? I think it is. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she beautiful? Look at that. Same type of soil. And what I want are these little ones in the middle. See these? See these little ones? The babies, that's the ones I want. That's the ones I want out. It's taking me a little while to get them out. I'm just gonna spread those out. And I need to work quickly because I also need to plant these big ones into a pot. So here's some little ones in my hand, right? And all I'm gonna do is lay them out. Lay them out. Make sure their roots, I need to move this soil forward. Wait a minute. I need to get the soil up on top. Nothing can stop us. We're all the way up. All right. So I'm gonna take this plant, right? One by one. No distractions. I'm gonna move that out of the way. And I'm gonna lay them down. That's one. Right? That's two. That's three. I need them up further. I want them peeking out of the thing. I don't want them struggling for light. Here's another little one. That's four. Right? Oh gosh. It's harder than it looks. Four. I watched other women do this. They didn't have an easy time at it either though. I'm not alone. You are not alone. I am here with you. Planting your seed snail far apart. All right, these are big ones. I'm gonna put these on the side without breaking them, Jamaica. You gotta be careful. Okay, I'm so hard on myself sometimes. Here's some more little ones right there. See that? That's the ones I want to get out. So I'm gonna break it off, right? And take a look-see. If I find a little one like that, I'll try to get them off. They're usually with a big one. It's like they're like, don't leave me alone. I'm not ready. So I'll put the big one over there, right? And I'm just laying these jokers out. Yep, takes patience, right? Getting these things off. I'm just hedging my bets because it's the first time I'm planting these little seedlings in a snail row, but I think it'll work. I've seen it work for other people, so I'm not too apprehensive. I'm not too afraid to do it. They've given me the bravery I needed to go forward. I'm just taking the big ones off. I'm reaching across this thing like, I don't know. I ain't got no, my arms are not long. Okay. Sometimes if you take the big one off with them, they come off easier. Not this case though. Here they are. I got them. That's 3 of them right there. And I'm just gonna slide this soil up so that the seedling is up. This way, you know, there was someone who asked me, how are you gonna know which way is up? Well, if you're planting seeds, you gotta be careful and know which way you planted them when you stand it up. But with seed, if you have seedlings already, well then you know, because you can see them. They're already peeking out. I'm just sliding this soil up. All right, be careful holding this thing. I got heavy hands. That's what my family said. They told me that a long time ago. My hands are heavy. It means that I don't know my own strength. I gotta be careful. So I'm being extra careful because I'll break them up by accident. Okay. Let's see. Open that up. All right. And take these 2 little ones off. Put that there. Cherry tomatoes. They're one of my favorites. And they're so expensive at the store. I always talk about money, but shoot, you got to nowadays. You gotta let people know you ain't got it like that. Money don't grow on trees, never did, but now, shoot, it's even more scarce. I'm not in the scarcity mindset, but I definitely don't want to spend $5 for a cherry tomato. This one moved. That's how much they're going for. They're more expensive than Romas. All right, let's see. Move that out of the way so y'all can see what I'm doing. Put her there. I always call them her. Anything that bears fruit, I think, is a her. What you think? Anything that bears fruit, I call a her. Okay, let me space these out more because these are closer than I want them to be. Put her here. Right? Move that. That's a root that's hanging up. Move her a little bit over here. Move her a little bit over here. Okay. So we got them in, right? Let me go get a string. We're gonna roll this joker up. I need to put some more soil on the bottom. See that? Can't have that. Can't have that empty. So we gotta put some more soil on the bottom. Let me get a string and then we'll roll her up. Okay, I got some, I'm a crocheter, right? So I got some yarn, right? Just put that there. Let's put some more soil on the bottom with the quickness. I'd rather have too much soil in there. If it falls out, I can always reuse it because we're going to plant all of those. But I don't want it to be bare on the bottom. This has to be the part to soak up the water. So you don't want your bottom to be empty like that with the white showing. You got to cover that up. And we have to wet it to make it stick together. I'm so excited. I'm always excited at the beginning of the season, but for me, it seemed like the season never ended. I'm living in Texas in Zone 9A, so it's a little interesting here. My season is pretty long. With the exception of a couple of freezes, we pretty much stay warm all year round. So I'm just gonna water this. Slowly, surely. Okay. Put some more here so you can see the difference in the color of the soil. Okay. Make sure I get it to soak up. Soak up my sweet. I hear a gnat near me. Oh, this is so annoying. And you think I learned my lesson. I got this straight from the bag again. Old habits are hard to break. I guess I don't learn my lesson easy, huh? All right, so I'm gonna get up and we're gonna roll this thing up. So what you do is you take the side, right? And we're gonna move her up a little bit more. And her up a little bit more. Everybody move up. Well, the last thing we wanna do is cover our seedlings. So we're gonna start rolling, right? She moved a little bit. Please, Lord, let this work out. Speak, Lord, speak to me. Speak, my Lord, won't you speak to me? I was so blind, I was so wrong, until you spoke to me. Can't sleep at night, and you wonder why. Maybe God is trying to tell you something. Oh, you can't sleep at night, and you sure wonder why. Maybe God is trying to tell you something. Don't press too hard either. These are seedlings. All right, girl, you can sit back down. These are seedlings. All right, I did my best. That's all you can do, right? And I'm gonna stand it up. All right. So I got them in here. I have to put some more soil in here after I tie it up. So I got my string. There's 2 strings here. If I can get them apart. The devil is a lie. Jacking with me. Don't you mess with me. Till you do right by me, ain't nothing in your life gonna go right. All right. Color purple. All that's from color purple. All of that. Everything you say gonna be for me, already done to you. All right. Did I lose some seedlings somewhere? Because it seemed a little bare. A little bare. Maybe I should have did it from the top, huh? Did I lose any seedling? I don't know. But I'm going to bury y'all. Make sure y'all got the soil y'all need to survive. Oh, now go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now. 'Cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh, no, not I. I will survive. That was off key. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I got all my life to live, and I got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. Hey, hey. Oh, man. So I'm just filling in the holes with soil, making sure I got my roots covered. And that's what I'm worried about. It look like a whole bunch of them over here. They all piled up together again. So nothing I can do about it now. Only thing I have to do is give it enough soil to keep it going. And I'm gonna water it. I'm gonna water it again. I don't want no big old sticks either. You know, when I was a kid, my grandmother was a seamstress, right? When I was a kid, I asked her to teach me how to sew. And I could not cut straight lines. And she got a little irritated, told me I need to do dolly clothes. And that was the end of my sewing career. I was thoroughly upset. I was like, well, maybe that's not my calling. Shoot, you know, I ain't asking no more. She was good too. She was very good. She was very good. And then what really did it for me, what really ended, because I kept on trying, because I don't give up easy. Not even as a kid, I didn't give up easy. And I was sewing. I had my own sewing machine because I want to be just like my grandmother, right? And I asked my mother for a sewing machine. She bought me a Singer, a real sewing machine, an adult sewing machine. And man, she was downstairs talking to my grandmother, and I was on that sewing machine. I wasn't paying attention, trying to, she told me I needed to practice, right? So I started practicing, and I looked up, I didn't pay attention, and somehow the needle of the Singer machine went all the way through my thumb. And me being the calm person I am, because I was always calm. I was born this way. I said, Mom, and she was downstairs, very calm. And she said, finally she came upstairs because I kept on calling her, Mom, can you come here for a minute? Because I couldn't get my thumb from in there. The needle was still in there. My thumb was stuck where the needle went through. And I kept on calling her until finally she said, what do you want? And then when she saw it, she was like, oh no, how did you do that? I had sewed my thumb. So she got it out. And after she got the needle out, Lord have mercy. It wasn't painful till the needle came out. When that darn thing came out, Jesus Christ, I was in so much pain. Come think of it. I didn't even go, she didn't take me to the doctor. You would think I would have went to the doctor. No, she told me to go put some alcohol on it. I could die. I guess she said she hasn't taken the shot. She good. Go put some ice on it. You know how them 70s parents were. 70s and 80s parents and baby boomers. Shoot. Them jokers with something else. Baby boomers did not. We were latchkey children. That's all I'm going to say. They did not care. Or if they did, they cared very well. They was like, you know what? You got yourself into this, and now you're going to get yourself out. Baby boomers. Baby boomers. Y'all are nice people now. I'm not talking about, but I shoot. We didn't have the support that we deserved. I just don't feel like, I'm not saying everybody was the same, but in my experience, baby boomers were like, you gonna either sink or swim. You gonna learn to be independent. I guess it was because that generation was one of the first generations where both parents, it was at the point where both parents had to work. They had no time for your foolishness. Just trying to make a buck. It was like, shoot, I'm feeding you. Isn't that good enough? Because my mom, yeah, she worked every day. She was gone. Gone, early in the morning. I'm just putting more plants in here. I'm doing my best because somehow I think some of these little seedlings disappeared while I was rolling it up because it seemed like there was more than this. Right now, it looked like a little bit. With a little love, just a little love, just a little, just a little, just a little love, with a little love. All right, I'm gonna stop playing. Here we are. Seed roll is done. Let me put my other string on there. Hopefully there's still soil on the bottom. And this string is kind of short. I'm just gonna knot it. tie it up like a little package. Then I'll get a tub and I'll put this in the tub, all right? And you can water it from the top, but most of the time people water it from the bottom. I'm gonna do both initially until this thing catches. I don't know how many of them are gonna stay in here, or gonna, you know, gonna do well. I think they all will. Tomatoes don't pass away easy. You have to really do something bad. So I need to find a tub. I'll be right back because the soil is falling out of the bottom. I need to put this in a stable location before I lose all of the bottom soil. I'll be right back. Okay, I took the drip pan from the avocados. They'll be all right. They're going outside soon anyway. So I'm trying to get this thing up without losing all the soil on the bottom. And I'm trying to put some more soil under here. It's all falling out. That's the part they don't tell you. The soil falls out. So I'm gonna put the seed snail in here, right? And that, over there, is how you plant the seed snail. And you save space. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna plant the rest of these with my dirty hands. We're dealing with dirt, right? I was trying to keep my table clean. This lady was so gracious to buy this for me. I'm still making a mess. All right, so I got these little bootstrap farmer pots. There's a plant right there. I told you some of them fell out. Told you some of them fell out. I knew there was more. Put it in there. Close it up. Okay. All right, so we have one plant right here. Some of these plants have a lot of roots. I'll put her in there. I don't want that. I don't want it to be on the bottom though. Put some soil in the bottom. Put her in there. She's attached to a log. And I'm just gonna cover it up. I'm used to doing this. I've been doing this since I was a teenager. This method. We just up pot them. Pat it down. Don't be like me, try to get it in the center. Oh, and then you're supposed to leave enough space on the top of this pot to water it. So that's one down. All right, she's not standing up. Come on, girl, you could do it. All right, the longer they stay out, the weaker they become. So we gotta get these potted up real quick. Get some more soil. She's leaning over though. I don't like that. Look at that. I don't like how that look. So I'm gonna bury her deeper. Put a little bit of soil on the bottom so she's not exactly all the way down. And we're gonna backfill her. Give her the opportunity to thrive. She's just wilted because she's been out. She's been out on the town. She ain't feeling too good. She drank too much. All right. Here's another one. Jamaica, you can do better than that. Knock a little bit off the sides. Here she is, number 2. Here's another one. Stick her in the center. And backfill her. Tomatoes, they have those little furs on the side, and if you bury them deep, if they're leggy, these are not leggy, but if they are leggy, you can bury them deeper, and the little fuzzies on the side, they turn into roots. I don't know what the technical term is, but there is fuzz on the side of tomatoes. So if you got a leggy tomato, never fear. You can bury it deep and it will survive. It will reroot itself and become stronger and not leggy. Peppers are not the same way though. So that's 4 done. Yay. Hope I got enough pots. I definitely wouldn't have had enough pots had I not done this. Here's another one. Put it in the pot. Hold it in the center. Tap it down. There we are. That's 5. Got another one here. Tamp it down. That's another one done, another one down, and another one down. And you do not want to fill the soil all the way up to the top like I just did on this one. So I'm bringing it back down to where it should be. Okay, let me give them a little water because they're drooping. Going into shock. They're going to go into shock, by the way. They're going to go into shock. There's nothing you can do about it. This is just the way things are. It's just the way it is. Put you right here. They're gonna go into shock. Put some water in this one. In there, just a little bit. Just enough to get their roots wet again. They're not used to being on their own. They're used to being with their family. Oh man. Take some adjustments, right? So I got, oh gosh. That's 6 done so far. All right. When you bulk plant, you're gonna get a bunch. And I know exactly where I'm gonna put this. Over there, where it was happy. I don't know why I tried to change the location of these things. One year I had a table full of cherry tomatoes, and the next year I barely got any because I changed where I put the location. If you find a location in your yard where your plant, a certain plant likes it, just leave it there. Plant there again. Augment the soil and plant there again because it likes whatever the sunlight is or whatever, it likes that. It gives you less trouble. All right. That's 7. Moving on. What is that song? Dale, easy day. Daylight come and me won't go home. Day, he's a day, he's a day, he's a day. Daylight come and me won't go home. Come on, Mr. Tallyman, tally the banana. I'm off tune. Daylight come and me won't go home. Come on, Mr. Tallyman, tally the banana. That's enough of that. That was Harry Belafonte, I think. Don't quote me. My grandmother knew, I think my grandmother knew him. They all lived in Manhattan together in the building. It used to be that when people came, they would look for, you know, people from the same background as them. I guess that's normal, right? Neighborhoods, it still is actually in New York. Neighborhoods are made up of a certain country people, West Indians living together, Chinese living together, Jewish people living together. I don't know. Somehow people look for what they're familiar with or people who are similar to them. They want to live with people who are like-minded. So I guess they don't get as homesick if they have somebody close to them who's maybe from the same country, because it's not the same town normally. Some of them countries are huge. Italians, they were living all together in a neighborhood. And just going ahead and putting this together. Back to my old tricks. Dirt's everywhere. All over the floor, but at least it's dry dirt, it's not mud. I don't have very many left. Most of them are in there, and they're gonna stay in there. Yes, you are, sweetie. I'm talking about you. Why did Prince just come into my mind? We used to be so in love with him. Oh my God. It was either some people like Michael Jackson, other people loved Prince. I was a Prince. I picked Prince. My cousin also liked Prince. And she would, what did she have? Little Red Corvette. That's what she used to play. Little Red Corvette. Baby, you're much too fast. Yes, you are. I can only imagine how my mom and my grandmother must have felt hearing a 10-year-old sing that. I wasn't even 10. I don't think I was 10. Oh, well. It's better than what they're singing nowadays, huh? Or saying nowadays. I'm like, wow, their parents let them say that? Ooh. Ooh, what kind of childhood, what kind of children are we developing? They could say their time tables, but as well as they could say them raps. Shoot, we would be on to something. Imagine that. You know, they could memorize the rap song, but they can't remember their timetables. I'm talking about little kids. They can remember them, though. They can remember them rap songs. I guess we were the same way, though. Nothing is new under the sun. Life is a circle. Anything we're going through now has happened before to somebody else in the world. Everybody wants to think, you know, that we're special and it's new. Nothing's new. There's nothing new under the sun. We just think there is. All right, I'm getting to the nitty gritty. Little by little. Take that. Yeah. Just go ahead, girl. There we are. All right. Shoot. That's almost, we are down to our last two. Then we go on to the peppers. I've been going that long, have I? There we are. We got that in there. I love tomato plants. Especially ones that I know produce. These cherry tomatoes, it's Texas. It gets really hot. And if I don't plant cherry and Roma tomatoes, especially cherry tomatoes, I'm not going to get any tomatoes. So I'm thankful that I can grow tomatoes. That I know that they grow in a certain spot in the yard. You got to try stuff over and over again until you get it right. And I ran out of pots. I gotta get enough pots for those peppers. Okay. Pour a little water on this. This is mosquito bit water, by the way. So even though I didn't pour the hot water on here and sterilize it, yeah, it's gonna color them anyway. I'm so used to saying that word now. I like the way it sounds better than the alternative. All right, here we go. Plants in, and we're gonna backfill it. Okay, so just like that, we have 2, 4, 6. Oh, y'all can't see. We have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. They're all lopsided, but they'll be all right. They're just in shock. So there are 15 of them done right there. And then we have the snail roll right here. So I'm gonna fit some of these in here. So we have 15. I'm gonna put some in here with the roll. Tell you I'm strapped for space. So I gotta do what I gotta do to make sure that these things, they get watered, they get the attention that they need, and I save space because I don't want my house to be a mess again. Shoot, a couple of days ago it was a mess. I was mad too. I don't like it. It just annoys me. But what do? Sometimes you gotta put up with stuff until you can do better, right? So I got 5 of them here. All of the rest are in here with the snail roll. I'm gonna go ahead and put that under the light, and then we're gonna take these. I only have cherry tomatoes growing right now. I'll put this right here so I'll know what they are. And then we're gonna plant these bell peppers. Just a sec. Okay, we have our tomatoes here that we planted already. So I know the difference between tomatoes. Tomatoes look different than bell peppers, especially at this stage of the game. So I'm not worried about confusing these two. Just gonna put these in here. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. I have to find some space on my grow station because it's full. So I guess that's not a bad problem to have, huh? Some people looking at seedlings at $5 each that look like this, like one of these for $5. Or not much bigger than this, maybe an inch bigger than this. Give it a week or two, mine will be the same size. I have some the same size as the ones that are in the store. These are just the ones that I just pulled out. So here are bell peppers, right? Grand Bell Mix, I think that's what this is called. And I'm just gonna pull this apart, right? And do it little by little. Uh-oh, I can lay it down, it'll be fine. So I have these little itty bitty pots, which is just fine. I didn't mean to buy pots this small, but because I have them, I'm gonna use them. They'll work. They will work. That's the thing about buying stuff online versus buying it in person. At least in person, you can see what you're actually getting. When you buy online, sometimes you get surprised. I was definitely surprised with these because they're tiny, but they work. They're just as big as, they're smaller than the seedling pots that you get when you buy seedlings, but they're bigger than the seedling pots that I was using with the trays. So can't have it all, right? And there goes my first one. You're so cute. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she beautiful? Now with bell peppers, you can't bury them deep. They don't have the fuzzy wuzzy stuff that tomatoes do. You got to bury them properly. So you got to be a little bit more careful. I got to move those quail out because those quail, it might be picking on my chicks now. Quail, they attacked me today. One bit me on the forearm. They ran out of food and they were mad. Tell you them jokers are not nice. Jumped up and bit me right there. All these little scars are coming from chickens, and now it's coming from them quail. Man, I don't like them. They're almost as bad as roosters to me. They look like Muppets, and I don't like Muppets. Especially when they bite me. That's why I don't like them, because it bit me. I'm just being funny. It bit me. Jumped up and bit me. I caught it too. And we had a talk. It's like your day will come soon. Got all quiet. Then it ran. When I put it down, it ran away and tried to hide, in the crowd. I knew what it looked like. Muppet face thing. Some nerve. Bit me. It bit me hard too. I got the look. I'm telling you, quail are vicious. You see that little mark right there? That's quail. Quail jumped up and bit me. Not pecked. They cheat. You didn't leave any food. You terrible woman. I am hungry now. They told me not to, the lady who sold me the quail told me to never let them run out of food. Because they get mean. She ain't tell me that I was going to jump up and bite me. Birds, and it wasn't a peck, because a peck is like, peck is like tap. This joker clamped down on me. I got to laugh. My life is interesting. Things that I would have never imagined these animals do, they do. That was a person, man. I don't know. I might be in jail. Or court. Man. I'm so mad at that thing. And I don't know my own strength, because when I picked it up, I was pissed off. I'm going to say the truth. Say the word. I was pissed off. I'm going to squeeze that joker to death. That, by the way, that one that I hatched with all the chickens, that is a male. You heard that sound? That's a male. Shoot. He gonna be dinner one day. He's quiet now. You probably know I'm talking about him. She talking about eating me. I saw her look at me with her glassy eyes. That was not the look of love. Like Grandma, what big eyes you have. The better to see you with, my dear. It's all quiet now. Animals, I think they can sense when you're talking about them. I really do. I know my dogs know. They know when I'm not in a good mood, and they're like, "Oh, you go over there and lay next to her. I ain't getting nowhere near her." They can tell. Funny how people can't. People have lost their ability to sense. Some people still have it though. They can tell when you ain't in a good mood. You're like, "Yo, I'll come back when you having a better day." Some people oblivious. No gut instinct. Sometimes my gut instinct is off too. Everybody got a bad day. If I feel somebody's having an off day, I don't want them to take it out on me. I just leave them alone. Unless I absolutely have to talk to them. I avoid them at all costs. You ain't gonna take out your problems on me. I got my own problems. There's a lot of people who want to take out their problems on you, make their problem your problem. And sometimes I just listen and I'm like, okay. Someday I'm in a worse situation than them. You never know who you're talking to, right? And I'm not happy to hear people's problems. I don't want to hear it. Unless, I do have friends and I provide a listening ear for them. But when people, try to dump their situations on you and try to make you responsible for what they're going through, that's when I kind of back off. Like, I ain't put you here. You did that. I didn't put you there. I help you get there. I'll try, and if you're a friend, I might try to help you to an extent. But you gotta find your way out. Everybody has to. I'll give you some help now. I'm not saying that. That's my friends, though. My actual friends, not no people. That acquaintances. There is a difference. But and it's and some of my family. Some family ain't family. Some family are just users. And your family, sometimes they act like they're entitled to stuff they ain't entitled to. Some people are like that. And it's strange. People feel entitled to who you are, or what you have, or to your time, whatever. Time is very important too, by the way. People underestimate time. My time is valuable. I don't care who you are. My time is valuable. I'm not going to get that back. So some people feel like they entitled to whatever, and they don't appreciate it. That's the part that really gets me. They don't appreciate it. Some people, that's the same ones that don't appreciate nothing. Feel like you have to help them, or entitled. Feel like that's the way it is. Everyone is to fall grovel at my feet. You have a rude awakening. Life don't work like that for most people. Some people have it like that. A lot of us don't, though. That's some people's worst nightmare. Like, people are used to getting a lot of attention, and when they don't get it, they don't want to blend into the crowd, so they're always the loudest one at the party. You could always see them. You could hear them coming, actually. They're the loudest one, and sometimes attention is not what it's cracked up to be. I learned a long time ago to blend. Blend. Become the gray person. I'm not exactly doing that right now, but when I'm out in the public, I don't dress up. I don't talk too much. I'm aware. I'm aware of my surroundings, but shoot. I ain't interested. I don't care. And I remember one time we went to an outing, me and my friends and I. And there was a bunch of a younger couple who were walking. They were walking faster than us because we're all middle age or older, right? And they were walking really fast, and I could tell that they were polite and that we were blocking their way because we were just moseying along. You care? Ain't no real hurry for what? Apparently they were, though. So I moved out of their way, and I said, I've already had my chance to be young. You go on ahead. Young and in a hurry. I'll be right back. Let me see what he's fussing about. Come on in, ease on down the road. Woo-hoo-hoo! Don't you carry nothing that might be a load. All right. Down to the nitty gritty. We're still gonna do that seed roll. Oh man, it's good that I got an extra pot because there's actually 3. I had to let the dog out. Isn't that cute? Look at that. Just love it when a plan comes together. He's out there fussing about something. Somebody must be outside. My neighbor must be outside. They're afraid of them dogs. Actually, everybody's afraid of that male dog. He's big. He's a sweetheart, though. Well, to me, he is, though. Me and the vet. Everybody else. No. You know, animals, I think they could pick up and sense things about people. I remember we were at the vet, he and I was turning him into the kennel. And, you know, people see you with this big German Shepherd, right? German Shepherds are not known for being nice dogs, even though he is. At least I thought he was. And this lady, she gonna storm towards the dog and say, oh my God, a German Shepherd. He almost bit her in the vet's office. I was like, what is wrong with you, lady? A German Shepherd, a dog this size, you gonna run up to it while it's with me? He felt threatened. He felt like I was being threatened. He didn't know what she wanted to do, so he put a stop to that. She backed right on up. After he whooped at her, he warned her, back up. Okay, we got one more. Just like he talking to whoever's out there. Oh, man. Let's do this last one, and then we do our seed roll. I want this thing loose. Loosey-goosey. If you do have animals, and somebody comes near you or comes in your house, and them dogs who are normally nice are not nice to them, don't let them people in your house. Let the dog run them off. They're up to no good. Just telling you from experience. I had to learn that the hard way. People put on a good front. The dogs can sense, can pick up on some people's, you know, mannerisms. Male or female. All right, let me see here. I have some of my family members them dogs don't like. That's a good excuse, right? You can't come over here, man. My dogs, man, they don't want you here. My dogs are not staying outside. This is their home. I had a friend. The dogs didn't care for him too much, and he didn't care for the dogs. And I told him, this dog live here, man. You don't. I ain't gonna be interrupting my life for you and my dog's life for you. That sounds so jacked up. To accommodate you. This dog might save my life one day from you. I ain't gonna, trust this dog more than I trust you. That's messed up, but it was true. The dog lived with me. I know the dog. That dog has never been wrong. Turned out to be a scoundrel. A low down, no good person. So, watch your animals. They start acting funny around somebody. Yep. Might not be a bad person. It's just a person with bad intention towards you. All right. I don't know how many people are dog people. I know there's a couple of us out here. Those who know. The reason why we got these animals. All right. So, I got a Chihuahua. And even the Chihuahua didn't like this dude. as nice as Chico is, he didn't like this person. Wouldn't stop barking. Wouldn't let him touch it. Matter of fact, Chico almost bit him. That was when he had to leave. It's like even the Chihuahuas acting up on you, man. Something ain't right. So hopefully I know my tomatoes will come back up. They're droopy right now. I'm gonna put some more water on here. I have one little pepper plant left. We planted 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 pepper plants, and however many I said tomato plants. Let's go ahead and do this last seed roll, and then we'll call it a night. No, where's that other piece of paper? I'll be right back. What a mess. It's not as bad as it was before because of this. So that's the good thing. And I'm back. So I went and I got the other snail rolls that I had. Here's one of them. There's 3 of them in here. I'll show you them shortly. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make another snail roll with cushaw and butternut squash, which seeds are right here. So this is the plastic that I have. I told you that my grandma said I couldn't cut straight, right? So we're going to get some our plastic, right? We don't need a lot to grow. We just need enough. I'm going to go ahead and wet this soil on this plastic, and then we're going to put it on top of here. So here we go. And this plastic is a lot thinner than the other one. It's also a lot more uneven, but who's looking at it? Me. As long as it works, right? As long as it works. All right, let me put a little funnel here and wet this thing. Make a mud pie. That sopped that up quite quick, huh? Put some more water. Mush it together. Put in all the big sticks over here. These are going to be seeds. They're big seeds though, so they can go through some stuff, but we don't want any big old logs in there. All right, so I got this all nice and cakey. So here's our seed, our plastic, and we're gonna go ahead, move the water out the way, move these out of the way, move all the distractions out of the way. Right. Hold this up. And we're gonna go ahead and put the soil in there. This time we're gonna try to pack it down so that we don't have to come back later and redo it like we did on the last one. Come on over to my place. Just wetting this thing just to make it cakey. Well, not battery cakey, but mud pie cakey. This soil just sops up the water like it ain't nothing. It's all right, I'm not complaining. Okay, we're gonna take the soil, I'm gonna press it down. Make sure we got enough soil on this bad boy. I don't want it thick, but I do want it even. As even as I can get it. And I'm not trying to get to the end of the roll, I'm just trying to get to the end of the table. Let me hold you tight. All right. That is beautiful. So, which one we gonna put on first? We put the butternut squash on first and then the cushaw. So it says to plant these depth and sowing 1 inch. So 1 inch is a digit. So they go right about here. And this is annoying. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little impatient. That is unbecoming of a gardener. So I'm gonna plant half of the seeds here. I got too many, and then I got them wet. Plant half of them. So 2, 4, 6. I want 5. Okay, I got 5 seeds in my hand, and these are butternut squash. So 1 inch down, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Those are in. Maybe one more. I'll do 6. Give me one more seed, huh? Baby, give me a little what? Give me just a little more time, and our love will surely grow. All right. On to the cushaw. This is what I want, both of these, because they store well. I only got 2 cushaw. Oh, I ain't gonna pull all those out. All right. Let me not put it in the wetness either. Those are Baker Creek. Excuse me. Those are Baker Creek seeds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Why not? I got the room. Butternut. Ebony and ivory, right? I never know what's in the ground anyway, so. Variety is the spice of life. Ain't no shame in my game. I'm just trying to get them in here. So I have all the seeds on there. Let me go and get some yarn, and we're gonna roll this thing up just like we did the last one. I got my yarn here, all right? All I'm gonna do is roll it up. All right, be careful. I'm gonna lose some soil, I know that, but I'm trying to do it without pressing too hard, so that I don't lose all my soil. I don't have to repack it. Reminds me of my army days, rolling t-shirts and socks and everything. They made us roll everything. I think our t-shirts had to be the size of a dollar bill. 6 inches, if I remember right. That was a long time ago. Woo. When you look back on your life, do you ever get amazed by how you made it through? Is it just me? You're like, how did I get through that? How did I learn all that stuff? I know it was a motivating factor for me. I did not want to go back to New York City as a failure. If I was gonna go back, which I had no intention of going back, it was gonna be because I wanted to go back, not because I didn't make it. My mother said, never let nobody tell you who you are. You decide that. All right. She always said that to me. She said, and if somebody, because that I was cute, all right? And when people see a little cute girl, they assume that you don't know nothing and that you don't want to do nothing, that you lazy. You're looking for, everybody do stuff for you. So there was a lot of assumptions, and every time I got discouraged, I would call home. My mama said, don't let them treat you like that. You go back there and fight. Not physically, mentally. You go back there and show them. Show them that you're stronger than they think you are. And then my grandmother always told me, don't let nobody know what you're doing. What your next step is going to be. You always be quiet about it. Stay quiet. Because when people know what you're going to do, well, they can stop you. So I let people know a lot of things. People think that I'm a very open person, because I am. But there are certain things I don't tell nobody. If I'm doing something that I think somebody can stop, because you don't know who is working against you until it's too late sometimes. Don't tell them. They don't need to know. It ain't none of their business anyway. It doesn't affect them. They don't tell you everything that's going on in their lives. And the thing is, betrayal usually comes from someone close to you. Somebody who is close to you, keeping an eye on you for whatever reason. Sometimes they just betray you for fun. They look like, all right, I'm trying to get this thing to show me the roll. Anyway, don't tell everybody Just give them pieces. I remember one guy, I was dating this guy. He was like, you think that you tell people stuff, but you don't. You don't tell anybody anything. Because I got so used to, and I did not talk. When I was younger, I didn't talk at all. Nobody knew what I was thinking. Because I learned from my family, be quiet. That's how you protect yourself. You don't say nothing, well, they don't know what you're thinking or what you're getting ready to do. And it works. But the older I got, the more open I got. Because I'm like, what you going to do about it? Some of the things I ain't telling, though. I'll tell you, because you can't do. I did tell them when they couldn't do nothing about it, though. Like when I was going to retire. That was funny. I don't know how she going to do that. Shoot, mind your business. If I said I'm going to leave, I'm leaving. Joking with y'all. I ain't bluffing. I don't care. That's why. I was actually, the funny part about it is that I knew I was retiring a year or two before it happened, right? And the closer I got to retiring, the more irritated I got, because I was like, I don't want to be here. And they didn't understand. They thought I was just in a bad mood. No, I was in a bad mood because I was ready to go. I was sick of you people. I'm sick of this job. I don't want to be here anymore. And I know I'm on my way out. So don't tick me off. Y'all make trouble before I leave. Y'all heard me say this before. I love peace. But if I don't have any peace, if you ain't going to, because they're getting on my nerve. I can't have peace. It's going to be hell to pay. I don't care after a while. Especially if I find out that you working against me and I feel like I ain't got nothing to lose. Shoot. You brought this on yourself. I used to have to deal with men who didn't want women in the military. They thought that we shouldn't be there. So this is how I got so independent. They didn't help us. They made us, I remember one time, we were on and I was a young girl. I was, I think 18. I had just turned 18. Yeah, I had just turned 18. And this sergeant major, I was a private back then. That's the lowest on the toilet pole. And I was maybe 112 pounds. I don't know what y'all, if y'all don't know about weapons. An M60. That's what he gave me to carry. Look it up. That darn thing is heavy as heck. And the ammo. The belt of ammo. I never forget that. And and it was like that forever, for 20 something, some odd years. People were always testing me or the longer I was in, the less they tested me, because they didn't want to deal with me, because, you know, sometimes they couldn't, because I outranked them. But man, that's why I didn't talk. I had nothing nice to say. Some of them had already, I remember that, I mean, I remember one time we were, I was at Fort Riley, and I was in the infantry. I wasn't an infantryman, but there are women in the infantry. And we went to help this commander out, 03, he's a captain. Do you know that man didn't want to talk to me? I had to have my subordinate talk to him, because I just got tired of talking to him. He couldn't even look at me. I guess first of all, he probably was attracted to me, because that's normally what it is. So he couldn't look at me, because he was like, what the heck is she doing in the military? And what does she know? She probably made it, you know, by, you know, they feel like you did something unethical to get what you got. So I was like, you know what? You go talk to him. And I knew the person I sent to him knew way less than me. I knew he was going to suffer because of that. I was like, okay, you don't want to talk to me? I'll send such and such over there. Give you a bunch of bogus information. But he's a man, so that's what you want. You don't want somebody who knows what they're talking about. You want a man, so I sent you a man. And my the rest of the people who worked for me knew what I did. They were laughing. They're like, you sent the worst person. I was like, yeah, that's what he gets. People, I mean, sometimes you treat people badly, and it doesn't matter who they are. People that you could tell a lot about people by the way they treat people that they think they don't need. That is the true form. That's who they truly are. If they treat somebody, say a waitress or somebody who's cleaning up, a facility service person, if they start treating those people bad, like they're beneath them and that they don't need to talk to them because those people are nothing, you watch out for that person. They'll do the same thing to you when they don't need you anymore. They only kiss up to the people who can do something for them. That's bad character. Anyway, we got our snail roll done. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. I always give those little tidbits, right? All these little stories, because I ran across some characters. Men and women. Wow. This world is made up of a mixed bunch, just like jelly beans. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. I thank you guys for being with me. We did our seed roll, our snail roll. It's called a snail roll. And we potted our peppers and tomatoes. And this is cushaw and butternut squash. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. I thank you guys for being with me. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one, all right? Bye.